Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 3 of our backyard pool renovation. We are in the pool and we are going to flash back to about 6 months ago when I hopped on this pool and started to repair the cracks. Hey everybody, it's been 3 months since we started our backyard renovation with our pool and the rest of the yard, and we haven't touched it in 3 months. It's becoming overwhelming for me, the amount of work that this concrete pool needs. So I feel a little bit of motivation, and today we are going to practice a technique of filling cracks in the pool wall. I have 9 vertical cracks, and I basically want to get this pool up and running for the next 30 years, and after that we can fill it in. But we need to take care of the vertical cracks first just to give it some rigidity. This may be overkill too, I don't know, but I'm going to fill each crack with epoxy, I hope, with a grease gun and these concrete injector ports, and I guess I'll show you how I do it. And if you're a professional who does this, you might be cringing every time that you see me do this, but yeah, we're going to prep the wall. I'm going to mark where I'm going to drill to insert these first, and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. It should be entertaining. Alright, so here's my 12-inch bit. I have my hole marked, and we're going to see how long it takes for this rotary hammer to get through. If I'm going to be doing, like, I think I calculated 75 holes, I'm definitely switching up to a demo hammer. I don't know. We'll see how this thing does. It could surprise me. So this rotary hammer I've had around for a while, and it works decent, but I knew with all of the holes that I had to drill, I think it's over 60, it was going to take me all day long. So I bumped it up a little bit and got the Home Depot demolition hammer, and this is a little bit more compact. I don't know about the technology inside both of them, but this just seems to drill a whole lot faster and works pretty nice. We're almost done drilling all the holes, and I asked the guy at Home Depot if I needed more than one bit in case one broke or ran off. He's like, nope, it should be good. I don't know if you can see, but there's supposed to be like an arrow tip at the end of that. It broke off in the hole. I thought I was drilling not as well. Actually, it was still drilling holes too, which is pretty impressive, but you knew bet. Big bummer is I broke the bit, and I just didn't break one bit. I broke 2 bits, and I had to pay for both of them too. So that was about 2 trips to the store and an unhappy camper here. I have a feeling it's gonna go a lot faster, but here's the general idea. I got all the way through this hole. You drill it at a 45-degree angle and you try to hit the back of the crack. So I was explained. I'm pretty much going off a guy I met on Facebook Marketplace and some YouTube videos, so I can't hurt this pool, that's for sure though. So here are the materials that I'm going to need to injection epoxy the cracks, I guess. The duct tape is for any outside parts of the wall that are exposed for me to tape it up. I'm thinking I might reinforce it a little bit more with a board over it. This viscosity is rated around 200. This is Silca Crack Fix. It's structural epoxy, and it's very expensive for yielding 6 ounces of epoxy. It's $17, and I was shopping online for a while, and there are a few other products that are about the same price. This was at my local Home Depot. You're going to need the injection packers with the Zerk fitting on the end, and then a grease gun with a Zerk fitting on the end too. And this is, I have a feeling this is going to be messy. I've not used a grease gun before. I know how it operates, but we have to inject the epoxy into the grease gun. I have 2 bottles I'm going to put in, and the grease gun is basically going to be garbage by the time I'm done because the epoxy will set. So I've set up 3 cracks today to practice, and we're going to see how it goes. The first thing we're going to do is install the injector molds first, so let's go do that. Alright, so here are my holes. I've blown out the holes with compressed air, and I'm going to insert these first by hand, and then I'll tap them in a little bit further, not too far in though. If it works. those are pretty tight. We'll keep going with the other 3 cracks. What I'm finding out as I start filling the ports with the grease gun is grease is starting to ooze out of the ports and shoving those ports back out of the hole. It's a big problem. For some reason my hole is too big. I think I might have drilled it with the wrong diameter drill bit, but it's not looking good so far. Experiment injecting epoxy into cracks. Result: failure. I kind of figured it would be this bad. So that was a little dramatic, but I was a little bit upset because of all that time and money, and I had to resort to something else to fix those cracks, and this is what I did, and it worked out pretty well. So it's a 2-part epoxy kit. I got this from, I'll put the description in the link if you're curious. It's like Rhino epoxy. It's meant for pools and other cracks too, like for garage floors. So you start with these little squares where plastic injector ports were, and you're going to epoxy those on with an anchoring epoxy and leave a hole. And they have little ports at the end that you can put a unique caulk gun in, and then you put those every 1 foot on the wall. You use anchoring epoxy to plaster the front so epoxy doesn't get thrown out at you while you're putting it into the injector ports. When this is all hardened, you go back with a different epoxy with a low viscosity like the stuff I was using originally, and you're going to start inserting it into the cracks, and you'll see it move into the cracks and move up, and even you'll see it ooze up through the top, and when you do that, you know that you've done it completely. You plug up the ports when you pull the epoxy gun out, and then you just let it set, and voila, if you look around the pool, we have a lot of cracks filled up. All I need to do is sand those now. So that's where we're at. All right, everybody, that's it. It's nothing pretty, but sometimes DIY stuff is not that fun. And this pool project has a bunch of things that I'm not looking forward to, but it's just gotta get done. And some things are like that in life, right? We don't like to do them, but they just gotta get done. So, all right, we'll catch you in the next episode. Hey, if you liked this video, if it was interesting to you, and if you don't wanna miss the next video, go ahead and click that subscribe button below, and you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And if you liked it, consider clicking that like button too. Leave a comment below, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. See ya.